What is up, Zelda Speedruns? It's been a while. Hope you're doing well, hope you're doing fantastic, and also welcome to the Raiders from the other Zelda Speedruns channel. Hope the Majora's Mask Zora Egg Hunt was a lot of fun. Welcome to more coverage of the OT Randomizer Standard Tournament. This is, I think, one of the first quarterfinal matches we're broadcasting. I'm Tobias, and with me today on commentary is Star. Star, how are you?
Doing well, you?
I can't complain. Let's have a quick look at the stats for Alexis and MrMario here. Both of them top runners, I should add. Both of them definitely among the best in this tournament. Seats number 9 and 1. Both of them within less than a minute on their best time ever. And both of them have won 4 or 3 of their last 10 races and finished in the top 10 during most or all of them. Their last 10 races, they also had very, very similar average times. And we are looking at in their head-to-head statistics, so the races where both of them participated. Alexis won 8 of them, or placed better in 8 of them, and MrMario placed better in 13. But they've never, so far, faced each other 1v1.
Yep, so this should be interesting to see how they do. Both really, really good racers. Mario's been around a little longer than Alexis, but they've both been around for quite a good few seasons each at this point. This is not their first trip through the main tournament for either runner, so this should be fun.
Yes, it should. So we are about 30 seconds from these two getting started. So let's switch on over to the countdown. Not the countdown screen, the OoTR screen, and let's see what we're working with. So we are looking at a stone start. We're looking at a Goron Ruby as a starting item for these two.
Yeah, we also have the Sun Song, and we should probably mention what the settings we've got today before we totally forget about it.
Yes, indeed. And it looks like Alexis has started slightly early, or rather oh boy. We're already seeing hints. Let's focus on the hints for a moment. Paying a fee to Gerudos is Spirit Temple. Deku Theater is Ice Arrows. Bigoron's claim check is a slingshot, and the last hint I did not see.
I need to hit a refresh button. Feed to Grudos is GT. Skull Mask is Ice Arrows. GT Ice Spirit and Ice. Converting Cack is Minuet, and Slingshot on Bigoron.
All right, cool.
Refresh page.
Yeah, we have refreshed our commentary page, and it does look like we're now in sync again. Cool. That looks better. All right, so we are playing, in terms of settings, we are playing with Dungeon Entrance Randomizer and Required Only as the major settings. That means Dungeon Entrance Randomizer, we are looking at Dungeon Entrances be going to basically wherever, i.e. To another dungeon, to any other dungeon. And Required Only means that only the settings, only the locations that actually are needed to finish the seed are need to be reachable by our runners. So it could be, for example, that if Shadow Temple isn't required at all, then Din's Fire might end up in Shadow Temple and they just never get it.
Yep, or yeah, some other funny things as well. Deku Tree in the Shadow Temple entrance, speaking of, if Deku is a stone, and we could actually have knocked down OT for the giggles.
Sure. So in terms of hints from Temple of Time that we got, we are looking at Spirit is in GTG, Ice Arrows on Skull Mask, Bigoron has a slingshot, and Minuet is on Burning Cack.
Yep, Minuet, Requiem here in the windmill.
Yep.
That is one of the songs you are not guaranteed to get in Required Only as, oh hi, hookshot on Adel Andrew. And a bum back. Okay, game. That's very generous to start.
I mean, good start. We're looking at two useful items straight off the bat. We get both a hookshot and a bomb bag. Give us a bow as well, and maybe some magic, and we're basically done with collecting the major items. So let's see.
Pretty much. Here's the hookshot for Mario.
Mm-hmm. And Mario is going to give us a first look at the Skull House.
Yep, we do have 40 and 50 hints are at the Skull House. You can just talk to the NPC to find out. 40 skulls is some bomb shoes, and 50 skulls is a heart piece. Alright.
So both of them did.
Oh, hey,
both of them
speaking
not
of me,
required.
boom!
Jesus! What is this? What is this seed?
That's Sphere Zero with pre-planted beads, so the bomb bag would have given us X. But anyway, thanks, game.
Mm-hmm. Cool. So,
Alexis also getting very trolled here by Dompe.
So, chat is already using the dreaded J word. We are not just due to superstition, but this is certainly a generous start for the beginning of this seed. So let's see.
For sure.
So I would expect
hookshot in every seed. Bow you need eventually to kill Ganon if absolutely nothing else. So might as well.
And I would expect both runners to at least look at what dungeon is in Odongo's Cavern. If it's DC, they're just gonna do it blind. I would expect. And Dompe gives us a gilded chest, which yields a bottle. Wow.
Okay, game.
And Sangsong Grave has.
Lights.
What in the
game?
Chill. This game has 0 chill. What in the world?
Okay, we're just getting everything, really. Mario's about to pick up his bow.
Oops, sorry. Misclicked something there, and might have freaked out one of our trackers for a moment there. Cool. So we're getting a bottle, we're getting light arrows, we're getting a bow, we're getting a bomb bag and hookshot. What's left for the other shoe to drop? I mean, obviously, bunch of items we require for dungeons are still missing in action, but this is a very this start just gives us a ton of mobility. You can do basically most dungeons or most overworld checks to some degree at this point. Strength, yeah. Alexis is choosing not to peek the Dongo's Cavern dungeon, finds Fire Temple in Spirit, and Zelda's Lullaby at the Colossus.
Not something you're always guaranteed to get and required only depending on your dungeon layout, but that works. And, yes, Alexis and his internet. Apologies for buffering, his internet is not the most stable thing ever. In fact, Time Warp. We do get our first medallion check. DC, Fire, Jabu, Forest, and Deku and Shadow are our medallions. Water and Spirit are our stones, and Alexis looks to be going Child.
Indeed.
No clue what the Colossus is. We'll get it eventually for Mario, but yeah. And yeah, Nocturne will turn up because we do need to beat Deku in.
Yeah, so Nocturne is not an optional song this seed. Let's see though. So Mario doing a slightly more thorough run-through of Kakariko here is going to show us Adult Shooting Gallery and promptly misses the first shot. That happens sometimes.
Yep. Alexis going Child is going to do the market here. And the game! Really?
There's magic! Adult Shooting Gallery is giving us a magic meter.
Okay.
I think at this point even...
to the cannon kit of bow and lights. Make that bow magic lights.
Yeah. I mean, we basically can beat Ganondorf as soon as we get across the bridge there. Only thing standing between us and that, finding 6 medallions. So, the Dodongo's Cavern, Fire Temple, Jabu, Deku Tree, Forest Temple, and Shadow Temple. That is a lot of item requirements, honestly. The Dodongo's Cavern we can already do as soon as we find it. Fire Temple is in Desert Colossus, and we've already seen that. Jabu, we have no clue yet. Deku Tree is in Shadow Temple entrance. Forest Temple, haven't seen yet, and Shadow Temple, no clue. So let's see. If we find one of those... Mario wisely peeking this chest here.
And Water Temple, not the thing we wanted to see.
Yep, not required today, so theoretically, that's just a dead entrance. And Blue Rupee at the top of the Dodongo's Cavern, nothing for Mr. Mario to worry about.
Alexis gonna check the wall here. Or not, no, the wall was dead. The grotto here is also dead. The hint tells us Forest is foolish.
Thank you, required foolish Forest Temple. We're still gonna do the whole dungeon.
Yep. Yeah, Flora Stone Forest is way too nice. Heartbeat on Link for Goron.
We haven't seen a single path hint yet. That's the other copy of the Forest Temple Foolish hint. Cool.
Thanks. Very helpful.
We did see the winner heart piece. Alright, next, Mr. Mario is going to check the maze. Because he has a hookshot, he's also going to get that song on the Bolero song check. He's also going to see what is in the Fire Temple entrance. And oh my gosh, it's Baseball in chat. Hope you're doing well.
Yep, hey Baseball. And Big Chest has
another bow. Deku Tree is on the path to Phantom Ganon.
That's probably indicative of the entrance for where Forest is, more so than anything in it, as we get Nocturne off Malon, which we will need for Forest, for Deku access and apparently beating Forest Temple.
Yeah, that being said, Deku Tree's requirements are actually... or entrance requirements are pretty strong this seed. We're looking at, we need Nocturne, we need Magic, and we need Din's Fire. Oh wait, we have 2 out of 3!
Yep! But it's either going to be Decorative Phantom again, it's going to be either locking all strength upgrades or locking our access, and it's more likely access. Heart Container on the Volcano means we don't need that. Here's Prelude, which we don't need at all. Nothing we need out of the Silo.
It's convenient to get the child to Temple of Time quickly, if nothing else. And I guess Mr. Mario wants that heart container, just for easier... Oh.
Yeah, I guess it's useful to have, especially as we need to do things. Alexis not checking the Graveyard Hintstone, or maybe he checked it earlier when we missed it due to the internet issues, I'm not sure which. Oh, Treasure Chest says Treasure Chest game dead, so maybe I just can't read. Anyhow.
Yeah, so it was Treasure Chest game dead indeed, and looking at more song checks, Alexis is getting the Graveyard song check here.
Yep. A lot of song checks early, good information to have. Like, Hylia's Path to Baronade, okay. Vanilla Ruda's Letter, anyone? That might be funny. But we'll see. Like, Mario has just about enough time to get this hintstone, which you don't always see, especially in the early game. Well, it's Path to Bongo.
Vanilla?
Song of Time in Graveyard here. Bottom of the Well Path to Bongo would be something.
El to Bongo.
Shadows is a very high item requirement dungeon, and we've got no idea where it is, so that could be a lot of things.
Yep. Though Alexis obviously is looking to find out, so we'll see. A lot of divergence actually between these two.
Yeah, a lot of Alexis skipping torches makes a bit more sense in record only when you don't know when your fire source is showing up.
Jabu has bottom of
Jabu? Okay.
Which is inconvenient. That means the well, which is path to Bongo, is gated behind the Rudo's letter at some point.
Yep.
And Kokiri Forest to
Goma.
Hold up. So far, all we got in Kokiri Forest.
It's
not for that. No, so it has to be for either the Storm's Grotto or for whatever's in the Kokiri store chest, which is Rudo's letter. Okay. Well, I guess we're not worrying about having access to bottom of the well after all.
I guess not, yeah. So Boomerang or access to Jabu is probably in Lake. Could be Deku Tree and Ice Cavern as well, that would make sense, honestly. Or no, it can't be, but that's in Shadow Temple, but it could be something else funny.
It was Kokiri to Goma, right?
Kokiri to Goma, which implies that Rudo's letter is locking access to Deku Tree, but we know Deku's in the Shadow Temple entrance because of a hint.
Yeah, we know Well is on the path to Bongo, we also know Deku Tree on the path to Phantom Ganon. So I wonder if there's just some silliness here going on with a Dungeon ER chain on these paths.
Lost with Scrub Grotto. Hey, Mamchu's not too bad.
And Mario does want those hearts. Oh wow, for once it's not a gilded chest.
I totally missed what Dark Green memory game was, but I assume nothing. We'll get some more hints here. Frogs 2 is dead. That's really not surprising in reachable only, or required only.
And another Frogs 2 is dead. Jabu has bottom of the well still.
Yeah, that's just a compliment hit we saw earlier.
And there is Serenade, which is convenient.
Treasure Chest Game is still dead. These are not great hints in SFM.
No, but I mean, Mario is checking the dungeon entrance here, seeing if that is a dungeon we need to do, and yes it is, it's the Dongo's Cavern, so that's just gonna be his plan for the next 5 minutes. Just check that dungeon, or just beat that dungeon. It is a medallion dungeon. It gives you another song as well.
Yep. And a hint, Skull Mask is still the ice arrows, which we really don't care about. I wouldn't be surprised to see Vanilla Saria song here, since we do need logical access to DC, and it can't be Vignette because that's on Verdant Cack, and DC is our forest medallion. So yeah, I suspect Saria song is likely Vanilla. There's only so many places it can be, though it's not a guarantee by any means. Well, there also just could be nothing in here, and DC's latent logic, but that feels unlikely.
I mean, DC is logically available right now, right? Oh no, never mind.
It's in the forest entrance. Yeah.
Oh yeah, backflip over Mido. Never mind. But this could just be Saria's song, as you said. And it's not. It's Bolero.
That could be logically relevant. Because there are certain changes in Dungeon ER to make dungeons more accessible to the other age. So, for example, the well is open as adult once you open with Storms as child.
I think
Shadow
Mario
Temple
for
entrance
when
is accessible as either age. Fire Temple, the boulders that are in front of it in vanilla are removed as child, and Deku Tree's open as adult as well.
and I think Mario for when checking the entrance in Fire Temple.
Yes.
Or the Fire Temple entrance when he was there, right? Yeah.
So yeah, that could be a logically relevant Bolero. Ice Cavern might also just be accessible somewhere early, like Fire Temple, honestly, since we already have a bottle, to get our Saria song for logical DC access.
So, need a hammer to beat Fire Temple, need a boomerang to beat Jabu, need well, technically nothing to beat Deku Tree, depending on where it is.
Well, we know where it is. It's in Shadow
we know where it
Temple.
is. Sorry, we need Dins to get into Deku Tree, I guess. Forest Temple we don't know the location of yet, and Shadow likewise.
Yep.
So with Rudo's Letter already in the bag, I think you... if you're Alexis, you probably prioritize getting to Ice Cavern entrance pretty soon as well. With just medallion dungeons unaccounted for still.
Yeah, Alexis also knows that Jabu is in the well, and that the well's in the Jabu entrance, so that might be something to just go do at some point here, because for density, though he doesn't know it's well's path to Bongo. That's a hint that only Mario has right now.
Mario's wasting... Mario wasted a lot of bombs there.
Yep.
I know what he's trying to do. He's trying to get this this drop not 2 times, but 3 times, right?
Yeah.
Like so. He was down to 0 bombs, and now he's 15 again. Well, as long as you don't collect the bombs that the pot dropped, you can basically make it respawn by swapping by leaving the area and coming back, and then you can destroy the pot again for another bomb drop. But I didn't know you could do it 3 times. This is actually pretty cool. And the Dongos are about to be extinct on Mr. Mario's side here.
Fire Temple could be Jabu here. It's either there or Deku Tree. I mean, Jabu could be in the well, Wayfaring Fox. That's the other big entrance that's accessible to child we haven't seen yet. Alexis finding out that Water Temple is accessible, and he really doesn't feel like seeing that. We don't have to worry about it until we find a pair of iron boots at least, but it's still not the thing you want. Forest Mud for Mario. Jabu is not accessible as adult. Clipping into the entrance as adult is very, very advanced standard. And Mario's gonna use this time. He's gonna use this opportunity for the Serenade Dwarf to check Shoot the Sun. Not a bad idea. Knowing that Lake is path to Baronade, it could be here. Although then we'd have to find a long shot somewhere for it.
We can also do the other adult lake checks. So this is. And that is a boomerang. That is your path item.
Hey, well, I kind of jinxed it, I guess. Whoops.
Yup. So that is not accessible until we find a long shot, or until we beat Water Temple, which likewise requires a long shot. So, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, but yeah, you need to either beat Morpha or have summon the Scarecrow to get there, so which is long shot required. The funny thing is because and so the funny thing is in Ocarina Shuffle it doesn't necessarily require an Ocarina to summon the Scarecrow because that can get funny. I think it's come up at least once in random settings, so for the requirements for that check can get a little funny.
Oh boy.
And also, yeah, boss shuffle. It's really feeling specifically tied to Morpha. So if it's boss shuffle and Morpha's not in the vanilla room, you don't even need long shot for that. There's really funny things that can happen.
Well, it's not happening in this seat because we don't have boss shuffle in Season 7, but let's see what Mr. Mario finds in Fire Temple. There is a key under the doormat here next to Volvagia, so does he choose to progress? No, he's out of here.
Besides, it's not worth checking the lava room, I guess. Or at least
At least not without knowing the song. He can, in theory, he has a bow, so he can, in theory, climb to the top here.
Depending on the key layout.
Well, yeah.
Key layout. I have no idea what that is on the arch, but whatever it is, we'll see if he takes the bean.
I'm gonna say not very hard.
Internet issues, 30 is dead.
And 30 dead, cool. Alexis is going to show us the river here. We are getting 3 more hints and a few more item checks, but besides. So we
he's also gonna go Jabu, it looks like.
Yeah.
Which makes sense. He knows this is a very good chance of being, or not, yeah. Well, he's gonna go do the well, which is a Jabu entrance. Which, yeah, you get the info.
It's a path location. You're going to get an item that you require to beat Bongo here.
He doesn't know that, but still density. The path to Bongo hint was in DMC. Only Mario has it. Remember?
Ah, I see.
And Epona's on Prelude. What is that in Lower River? I cannot tell.
I think a recovery heart.
Yeah.
Oh, a buck bottle. Eh.
Okay, well,
also not important.
Yeah, we don't really need it.
I really confused these two.
Yeah. Nothing in the grotto, and a hint that lake is past Baronade. That is.
Saw that already.
That is the first copy for Alexis, though. Next hint, DMC is foolish. Thanks. Not the most useful of hints, but I guess that negates the grotto from any. Not the grotto, fairy fountain from being anything. That's about it.
Yeah, not very helpful. And what's on Zora Upper? We're not seeing it. We're getting a time warp.
Alexis's internet kind of stinks. Apparently nothing, because I think that was too fast. Probably too fast for him to have picked up the item and gone to domain with a time warp. I don't think he was that ahead. He definitely. He didn't check the Lower River. I don't think either. Bowling's new for Mario. I don't think Alexis did it earlier. Central Pillar of Work was key. And bowling for Mario.
Alright, let's see. Richard is giving us nothing. Mario's probably at least going to steal that lady's savings, though. And we are, I think, just about done with Night Market. We had a hint that Treasure Chest game is useless, so Mario is walking out of here. Getting some money as well.
Not a bad idea.
Yep.
He hasn't been to Ranch yet, so that's one of his next plays. And you did need some money to pay Talon off for that chicken minigame.
Mm-hmm. So, slight notice, or slight note, while we have a moment of time, those invisible rupees at the top of those, at the top of the drawbridge, are called wonder items. There are a few different flavors of wonder items in Ocarina of Time, but basically it boils down to you can't immediately see them, and you have to do something kind of out of the ordinary to get them. In OT Randomizer's latest dev version, as well as the 8.1 that is soon to be released, those can be shuffled. So, just to add to the madness here, wonder items can now be shuffled and can be logically relevant. What do you think, Baseball? Yes, new IT guy. The Zora's River Waterfall 20 rupees could be path items if you wanted that to happen. So wonder item shuffle. Oh, hey, big chest in the well. We knew this was a path location, so let's see what we get here to get to Bongo.
Goron, Dick.
Not buying it.
Where Fire Temple is, but that's not the most convincing thing of all time.
Nah, I'm not buying that. There's gonna be something else. Right?
And yes, Real Rob is the person to thank for playing, take your pick, of introducing Wonder Item Shuffle, Rupee Mania, Pot Sanity, Crate Sanity, Enemy Soul Shuffle, and assorted other really interesting settings to Randomizer.
Single-handedly responsible for getting this randomizer from, I think, a total of a possible a few hundred checks to be randomized to several thousand.
Yep.
So... Safe warping out of Lon Silo here. I think Mr. Mario is headed for Kokiri Forest. So let's see. He had Alexis did already show us. Alexis already showed us what's in Kokiri Forest. So don't think there was anything major in there. We have a big chest right here in the invisible wall and the well, and that is Din's Fire.
That's confirmed path.
Yes, but not to Bongo.
That is true, actually. Good point.
That would be
that
a
confirms
path.
Ruto's letter path to Bongo. That doesn't confirm the well to Bongo. That confirms Ruto's letter path to Goma because Deku's in the shadow entrance. It doesn't confirm up to Bongo because you don't actually necessarily need Dins in Shadow Temple. You needed to get in the door, but otherwise you only need Dins for the 2 checks in the back, which
and it's required only.
Exactly. Yeah, it's only required in Shadow if there's a small key or boss key in the back, which we don't know. There's letter for Mario, and apologies if we're a bit ahead or behind the restream for Alexis. His internet's kind of dreadful, so things get a little skewed sometimes with that.
I'm gonna press F5 in our commentary page real quick and hopefully be back on track.
There could also just be something in Deku Tree that's required for Bongo, such as if it locks, such as if like the only available strength upgrade is there. That would also explain why Deku's path to PG. But we'll see.
Oh wait, there's another big chest in here.
Yep.
Alright, so let's see. Is that a path item for Bongo? Yeah, that's
That
rubber
would
boots.
be confirmed, yes.
What's left that we need? Hold
Great
the phone.
question. There's another big chest. Is our Kokiri
Gear
sword.
sword.
Just
Okay, that's another
okay, Gabe.
That's cool.
Just get everything, I guess.
Sure. And it is indeed the hover boots.
We need hammer, we need long shot, and yeah, we're running out of stuff we need. We need hammer, we need long shot, and we need to be able to get into all of our required dungeons. There's a good chance water temple might be, the water entrance might be required at this point, and if that's the case, we will need irons or gold scale for it.
We'll have to see.
We also need a strength upgrade, yes.
Yeah, at some point we do. For forest and for nothing else.
Yep. And logically for shadow, depending on keys. Our missing dungeon entrances, we haven't seen Deku, Iced, Water, or Fire, I think are the 4 we haven't seen. Oh no, we haven't seen 5. The 5th I'm currently forgetting. Kokiri is still Path to Goma. Yes. Alexis will get back to adult shooting at some point, I think, but it's magic's not super urgent to pick up right now.
Yeah, not with as much as he has left to do, so...
He's gonna go check that Deku tree entrance immediately. He does need to do Deku at some point, which he does need the magic off adult shooting to go do, admittedly, but...
As you said earlier, it could be Shadow Temple. What was that? I did not see the hint on Mario's side there.
That was the GTG entrance hint again.
I see.
Yeah. We know Deku's in the Shadow entrance, so that, and it is path to PG, so we will need to get that at some point. But, we also haven't physically found Forest Temple's the other problem.
Could be here. As you said earlier, Deku Tree is open to child and adult in entrance randomizer, or in dungeon and entrance randomizer, so bottom of the L, still path to Bongo. So this could absolutely be Shadow Temple or Forest Temple or whatever.
Lex is not going to check the other Deku hint.
There's
and
Jabu.
PG. Okay, that figures. Sadly, Alexis does not know Boomerang is on to Shoot the Sun, but Longshot could be the first chest here. Should we just plain Stoot Rude? And Path to PG could be Strength, could be Iron Boots, what are other missing dungeon entrances? Strength, Iron Boots, it could be Gold Skill actually, because getting in the door of Water Temple with Gold Skill in Longshot isn't logic, it's just that you can't do anything in the Water Temple in non-key sanity without, or keysing without Iron Boots and logic, basically.
Alright, so Alexis is going to do a bit of Jabu here. It's also collecting some skulls, which neither runner has paid much mind to so far, but there are 20 skulls to be collected. We haven't seen a hint for 10. Sorry, we're not going to see a hint for 10, and we haven't seen a sometimes hint for 20. There's Song of Time in the Composer's Grave, which I think Alexis collected earlier. And Mr. Mario is showing us the torches.
Yep. Alexis does know that Lake Hylia is path to Baronade, but he doesn't. So this is a more interesting play, though he does know that there's like multiple checks you can't currently do in Lake. One of which is Shoot the Sun, the second of which is the Ruto's Letter Sought, and the third of which is the Lab Dive locations. Boomerang's on Shoot the Sun. Mario checked it earlier as adult.
Correct. As for songs, we are still looking for Saria's song and for Song of Storms, which would obviously give us another entrance here.
Yeah. Speaking of shoot the sun, Longshot could also be path to PG, either for the boomerang for Jabu for something in Jabu, or just because Longshot plus gold skill for water temple entry is a thing that could exist. So we'll see. Boomerang chest is small.
Okay. Here's where Alexis would really like to have Ferrari's win, but honestly not as much of a problem with Jabu just chilling in Deku Tree.
We're gonna get the Fire Temple entrance. This is new for us.
Hmm?
Boomerang's on shoot the sun, chat. And there's Forest Temple.
Okay. Which we can do a few checks in and hope we find a strength, but not probably gonna do that as child.
Yep. So yeah, then it has to be strength in Deku or locked behind, or it has to either be first the only available strength in Deku, or there's an item in Deku that locks all strength upgrades. And fourth is also foolish, so we're just not gonna bother to find that strength upgrade wherever it is.
In any case, Alexis has Nocturne. All he needs is to find that magic on Adult Shooting Gallery to be able to just straight beat Deku. Which, as Adult, is pretty damn quick.
Yep. And question from chat. No, you can't. You can get these skulls in Adult in Jabu as Adult with a hook shot, but the tentacles you need Boomerang or some glitches, and this is more or less a glitchless rule set.
Indeed.
Here's the other copy for the bell in Jabu on Alexis's side. You also need to for the scrub as Adult in Jabu because Adult is too tall to get there otherwise. No, really, it's a little silly.
Yep. Or you can do a jump off of the top of the top floor in Jabu to get to just barely make it diving deep enough to that scrub, but that's obviously a trick and not in logic.
I also forgot that exists as Fountain
Foolish.
Great.
That's our Foolish hints done. Well, at least we don't need Iron Boots for that one.
There is that. It's not the most useful, but there is that. Our Foolish hint's not the greatest, but Forest, Crater, and Fountain.
Yeah, Forest, the dungeon you need to do anyway. Crater, a place that you've mostly done by the time you find the Foolish Hint, and Fountain, which is 1, 2, 3 checks. Ah, well. Yeah, so K-Sword and Dins were both in bottom of the well. Which is in... Peek set spreadsheet. Jabu. So, Mario is about to find that, and I would expect him to... 1, immediately do Deku as child, not even bother going Adult for that, and 2, check Deku entrance after that. So, yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
I think at the moment Mario does have the edge in this race. We'll see what Alexis can pull out of his head to claw back some time.
Yeah. Yeah, Mario's got a magic and DC done up on Alexis. Alexis has done more stuff as a child, but it hasn't really turned up much of anything interesting on his side.
Wayfaring Fox, that command is out of date, and I actually didn't know I needed to keep that up to date. Didn't know it existed. 1 sec.
Yep. is still dead. We've gotten most of our hints. We're missing our OT hint, but the odds of us needing that are, I think either 0 or pretty close to it, so I don't think we care a lot.
Indeed.
Just because Spirits of Stone, it's a very, very high item requirement dungeon. The odds of us needing that are not stellar. Nether card only, and Water Temple as well. We know we'll need Long Shot, we might need Irons, but I don't expect OOT is going to be exceptionally useful to us today. We're missing one path hit, which is going to be one of... Volvagia would be nice to find that hammer, and we don't really care if we would like to not see a Kamigawa path for our last path hint. Saria's and OT would be concerning for logic, but odds are unlikely. We do know it has to be either Saria's or Storms on OT, and if it's Storms on OT, Spirit Temple might just be the well. And yeah, we don't know where Shadow is. We're missing Shadow, Ice, and GTG. Our entrances are missing our... that we haven't had hinted. Our Water Temple, Ice Cavern, and...
and well, we haven't seen...
yeah, Water, Ice, and well, thank you. Yep, that's it.
Here's Dins for Mr. Mario. Knows that he can do Deku Tree now. And here's Kokiri Sword for Mr. Mario. Sorry, Hover Boots for Mr. Mario.
Wrong one. If Shadow is in the well and if OT's is Storms, well, yeah, we need to go. We need to go get OT.
We'll see.
Song checks are Saria's and Our 2 remaining song checks are Ice and OT for Saria's and Storms.
We don't know where Ice Cavern is yet.
No. Strength is likely in the Deku Tree. It's not a guarantee, but it's likely there. I suspect Ice is either vanilla or maybe in the Water Temple entrance, and that has Saria song for a logic, and Storms is probably permanently inaccessible on OT, honestly. With GTG, I guess, being there. It would be funny if Storms on OT locking GTG in the well, because that's a bunch of checks, but Record only gets funny sometimes.
Yeah. Honestly, I'll prefer not to have Storms on OT here, just because I want our runners to have fun. And honestly, this looks like a seed that could be over super quickly. I haven't said the word, so I actually want the seed to play into that. I would just want it to be like this speedy all the way through. KLO, if you had been here from the beginning, you would have been shouting the word from the rooftops.
They have had a very generous start, as you can see from how full our trackers are 47 minutes in. They've done a lot.
Yeah, Reachable only says that there can't be anything useful in there. Alright. Now, Mario just has things to do now. He knows that he can just outright do Deku Tree, which is in the Shadow Temple entrance. He is going to check the Deku entrance and be kind of... I mean... He's going to be kind of annoyed that that's just Jabu. But yeah, has things to do. That'll be his second dungeon completion. Meanwhile, Alexis needs to find his magic But he is adult and he is getting close to the right area, so I don't expect that to take much longer.
I don't think so either.
Village well is GTG.
GTG in the well. Yeah, that kind of figures. That just reinforces my suspicions that we're probably getting storms on OT. To be honest, if that's permanently inaccessible.
Yeah, this is not looking good. Alexis did his darndest there, but did not manage to stop Link to Goron and kind of is giving up on the pursuit for the moment.
Understandable. Mario's going for the second Deku hit, which we didn't see from Alexis. This could be interesting if this is, for example, a wolf hit telling us where the hammer's gone off to.
Yeah, we are still missing in that final path, you're right.
It's possibly a King Dodongo path for the Bombag and Cack. That would not be helpful. It's more likely a hammer. And
Vajja.
Interesting.
Yeah, collect some skulls.
Well, so far in Cack, we found a Requiem, which is probably it, given that fire is in Spirit, actually. So, yeah.
You're
and
right.
And a bomb bag, which is probably also potentially also not amazing. And there was also a hookshot. So, yeah, that's not the greatest path of all time.
Yeah, still, you probably don't want to leave any stone unturned, so you're probably going to prioritize getting up to 20 skulls at some point.
No sign of Lens Rob. We know that Ice Camp. We know that Saria-song is. We know that. Well, we know that. Epona Song
what do we know, Star?
We know Epona Song is on Prelude, which is behind DC right here for Alexis. And Saria-song has to be logical access because Burning Cack is Miniact. Saria-song is probably an ice cavern, which is either the vanilla entrance or water temple. We've got access to the vanilla ice entrance. We have no iron boots or gold scale or long shot for the water entrance. Yeah, Eponus is likely locked behind ZL at the Requiem spot. Also, good catch from chat. I did forget that bit. The ice cavern entrance is definitely ZL locked. We don't know where long shots for irons or gold scale are for a logical water access, and we do know we need access to the water temple entrance because either it's ice, probably logically required for Saria-song, or shadow, hard required to beat the game. Ice Path to King Dodongo would have also been a possibility for a last path, assuming Saria-song is there, which it probably is. Alexis is gonna clear DC here. There was absolutely nothing in here, as Mario's just found out the boomerang chest is dead and he's going adult, it looks like. They're gonna do Ice Deku as adult, it looks like, which that probably doesn't matter a lot as to when he does it as adult or child.
Yeah. Big quick time warp here on Mario's side.
And yes, we could absolutely have a required gold skill. We already know long shots required because Shoot the Sun has a boomerang on it. And alright, Mario's gonna go check the fire entrance now, which we know is Forest Temple.
Now, will he dip into Forest Temple? Yeah, no, he can't. Yeah, no, sorry. He doesn't need to. It's a foolish location.
I was just checking if he had the hint for Foolish Forest, which he does. They both do, in fact. So instead, it's time for the Deku Tree.
Which makes sense. We are indeed getting Deku out of the way. So the reason to not go to Deku Tree first is really just getting more intelligence, getting a better understanding of how the world layout looks today. You kind of do want to prioritize getting entrance information when you can, and hence why Mario had a quick look into the entrance to see where Forest Temple is. Or rather, where it leads, and that it leads to Forest Temple. Now he's just gonna do Deku as adult real quick. It's even quicker to do this as adult than child, because, surprise, adult Link is tall, and you don't even need to bother with B1 skip. And yeah, hook shots also exist. So we do know we still need the long shot to get the boomerang. We do know that we still need a hammer from somewhere, and we do need a strength. Okay.
At least logically need our access to Water Temple. We don't know if we hard require it yet, but we do logically need access to the water entrance. Anyway, King Dodon goes down for Alexis, so this is his first medallion. Although this has been a generous start, this is his first medallion just because of the entrance layout, mostly.
And Deku Tree is Path to Phantom Ganon, so this is likely to be a strength. Or a wallet. Oh, there's another one.
Okay, I was gonna say, that wallet's unlikely given you already have a Goron tunic.
Iron
boots.
I mean, sure, that can get you in another dungeon, as you just said.
We do logically need the things. Not sure we wanted those, but we do logically need either that or the gold scale.
To get where?
Into the
water?
Water Temple. Either Shadow, which we need, or Ice Cavern, which we probably logically need for Sarias, remember?
Oh, yeah. That makes sense. By the way, nothing to sneeze at.
Makes sense that Forest is foolish. Yeah, that's also possible. DC itself had nothing in it, but it does logically lock the Pono song, which is currently our only Forest Temple access, which is currently our only GTG entrance access, and that is Spirit Temple in there for. Fourth, not much, given we have no strength there. But HB8 or the Fortress Roof could both be interesting. Well, in a required only dungeon DR, you're hoping for Path second wall for Child Ice Cavern. Yeah, very much not a thing this seed, KLO. Ice Cavern is a confirmed adult only. But for those wondering, in Dungeon DR, you can do everything except for the map chest in Logic as Child if you have a blue fire source from somewhere other than Ice Cavern, which is going to be either buying it in a shop with 2 wallets, or potentially, if it's like behind your Ice Light Arrows, Water Trial as well.
Thanks, I hate it.
Yep. Alright, does anything on
Scuba?
There
is double magic.
Logically magic.
That's not
that
helpful.
Is magic
okay,
block.
So our iron boots are most likely the item that Mario wants out of here. So he's going to check the Water Temple entrance very soon, I would expect. In fact, right now.
Might as well. Adds very good knowledge at this point. Yeah, Alexis not. That is bad for Alexis though, because he's not getting that cat magic at the moment. Not sure when he's getting it either.
Yeah, this is magic locked magic, as is tradition with the Shadow Temple entrance.
Yep. If this is ice, do you leave? I might. I don't know. It says a handful of quick checks, but you also know it's probably Sarius on here, and then it looks like Mario's just gonna go do the quick checks though, which isn't the worst, to be honest.
Okay, so that leaves Forest. Leave Shadow Temple and Ice Cavern.
Yep. Yeah, it could be Storms, Inko. The odds of this being Storms are just extremely low. Not zero, I don't think yet, but extremely low.
It's when you want to go for the swag strat, the backflip strat here, and just about hit it multiple times. And Alexis is about to get his magic.
Okay, so that's good. Never mind that, I guess.
I mean, he's still a bit behind here, but he does have everything to just outright beat Deku Tree. And I think he also has reached 10 skulls, so we're going to get our 10th skull check here, which is important. Kakariko is a path location. There is still a hammer out there that we do need. It's not 10, but it could be 20. Your path item being Iron Boots, I think being in Ice Cavern is not a bad choice here. You do want to know if that is if your strength is just sitting in Ice Cavern. That's 4 item checks here, besides the song, which, as you said, is most likely Saria's. It can point to the water entrance. It can also point to an item in Water Temple, though.
It can. We do have a lot of things for Water Temple. We have Hookshot ZL. We have bombs. We have hover boots for. Well, we have a bow.
Yeah, you can full clear Water Temple.
Things that doable in it.
Except for Morpha.
And we don't have a long shot or strength. Strength's relevant for like one thing potentially, but yeah. We have not seen
At least we
Tektite
can peek that, though. No, good point. Tektite exists. Here's Alexis about to be momentarily confused until he spots that second chest. 12 skulls for Mario now. Ah. There is no way he can just freehand that angle. Is there?
Yeah, he's gonna do the setup here.
There you go. Alright, the final boss of Ice Cavern, the dangerous Wolfos, beatable with a single jump slash. And we get a big chest.
Ew. Mirror shield. That's not what we wanted.
No, that is not helpful.
It's
Thanks, maybe?
also everything that Mirror Shield locks is double strength block, so that doesn't tell us a thing about Irons to PG.
Yeah.
And Saryasong is confirmed on this cavern because, yeah, that checks.
Yeah, so Storms is indeed on the Ocarina of Time, and Storms locks a bunch of checks today.
It is, however, also possible we might never get there. Because it is required only, and there are a bunch of checks, but that does mean there could just be, you know, both other strength upgrades hiding out behind Storms.
Mm-hmm.
Storms locks a dungeon entrance, which is confirmed to be GTG by way of hints, so we don't need GTG necessarily.
Gonna step away for just a second.
And there's Deku done for Alexis. Mario's heading for Shadow Temple, which makes a lot of sense. He's also gonna do King Zora, went on the way, which checks.
So I missed the OOT hint, I see.
Top of River. Which we didn't see earlier, I don't believe, and it doesn't especially matter. And nothing on King Zora. Yeah, Alexis not choosing to do Ice Cavern, not an understandable play here. We know it's Saryasong and a Mirror Shield. Mirror Shield that's probably worth less than Saryasong of questionable use. There's like 4 things in CAC that could be Path, yeah. One of which is Requiem, probably it. Bombback and Hookshot are also possibilities. And, what's there? And the magic meter is also an idea. Oh, hey, there's a strength lab game.
That's out of logic.
Where's our scales?
Not that we particularly care.
Not that we care in practice, but that's interesting for the logic.
Logic is but a suggestion, Star. I'm sorry to break it to you.
If that isn't reachable only, required only, it might be unattainable, but that then begs the question of where our other strength upgrades have gone off to. I mean, you're doing Forest anyway, because you need to do it, and there's really no saving time at this point, but, where's our logical strength upgrade at has gone is a very good question. That is not the thing I expected on map time.
Funnily enough, in a very weird way, despite it absolutely not being in logic, those iron boots were definitely past the Phantom Cannon.
Yeah, it definitely helped. Strength and Fire Temple Hammer Lock, but then where's our hammer top file? Because our hammer is MIA.
Yep, so... Logically,
Iron's
I
Path,
would
Tektite Fortress, Sarius checks, Water Temple, Rob, don't forget. We haven't seen anything in water, but we do have access to a pretty good chunk of it. Water Temple itself is in the DC entrance for context.
So Alexis is, at this point, just getting Forest Temple out of the way. He knows there's nothing for him in there. So he's going to, for example, skip the courtyard for now and just see how far he can go with the key he has. And go ahead.
Yes, that strength on lab dive is very good chance it's permanently inaccessible, but that still begs the question where our logical strength's moved to.
Somewhere. Alexis is going to use this for thinking time. Logically, I would assume Forest Temple is probably going to be the last dungeon the game expects it to beat. So that strength could be pretty deep in there. Because you don't need it for Jabu, you don't necessarily need it for fire, unless you need to go past the block. You do need it for Forest, yeah, and logically you need it for the rest of Shadow Temple, so... Depending on key layout for Shadow Temple, actually, so... We'll see how this goes. I would assume Forest Temple is pretty late in logic today.
I'd assume
Speaking of Shadow Temple...
Zora Tunic. Yeah, our wallet is very not path inductive. That's been available for a while. Lake knows that... Alexis knows that Lake is path to Baronade. I'm not sure he checked Shoot the Sun, but he also knows his strength upgrade is severely out of logic. He might think Ring is just strength locked, yes, but he also knows that this is required only, and his only strength upgrade is extremely out of logic between two scales that are who knows where. So we'll see. He has Sunsong and Serenade, so Alexis can go back to Shoot the Sun whenever he wants, basically, but that could be a problem for him. Though then again, Alexis getting strength upgrade looking for the path might not be a terrible thing either, since we don't know where our other two strengths are at. We aren't strength locked out of Shadow yet. We have to wait till the Crusher Room to see if there are any keys up top, because that's where the logical strength lock can be in Shadow.
And Mario, I mean, Mario's not going to be stopped from beating Shadow just by not having a strength. He will just make note of the fact that, yes, technically a strength should be available before this, but, you know, it does look like Alexis is doing 3-key Forest here, just to save some time. That makes sense in a foolish forest, finding a big chest. Which one is it? What is it? It's a bomb bag.
Funny game.
Very bomb-locked bomb bag. So every other bomb bag is locked behind the one we found, because that's the only way it can be foolish.
Yep, not terribly surprising though. Oh well.
So Alexis is doing 3-key Forest to save some time. He wants to spend as little time as possible in Forest Temple, with it knowing it is foolish, and this being required only. So and he knowing also that he really isn't supposed to be here yet. So
and what's pathing to Volvin Cac? Bombig and Magic are both confirmed path. Hookshot is
there's
probably
a long shot.
Path. Oh, there's long shot. Shadow Lower Crushers. Yeah.
And Upper Crushers is nothing, not a key. So this is in logic without a strength.
Yep. So yeah, Cac's path for everything is more or less the short version. Don't bother thinking too hard into it. We're basically ignoring the path because what's path in there? Yes.
Yep, basically.
Fortress no longer locked by irons.
Isn't it?
But Epona's is still, yeah. I mean, because Longshot's available without Iron Boots, you don't need Shadow Temple. You don't need Irons to get here.
There's the boss key.
Yeah, big pose exists. Good point from Chad. I forgot that one.
Overrated. And also, again, doable without the horse, if worst comes to worst. How did that setup work?
Not sure, but it did.
So, here's the thing. Mario has zero incentive to scam the professor at the moment. Just, so this is really... This was one of the... This was an out that Alexis really needed, because Mario was a bit ahead in terms of progression, in terms of items that were necessary. Alexis finding that strength completely out of logic and in a place that Mario is honestly not likely to check, because it's very one-off now that he isn't particularly close to Lake anymore. Really important for Alexis. So Shadow is not strength locked. This is... Yeah, I maintain Forest is last in logic, so... But that tells us exactly nothing about where that strength could be.
Yep. Yeah, Mario's going back to Lake for Boomerang because he has Longshot. Yeah, but does he go do Lab Dive after the out of logic, knowing it's required only and the skills may never show up? I don't know. Especially because we have Irons for logical ice access. If Irons were still missing, maybe he'd be more inclined, knowing that it could be gold skill for logical water entrance, but nope.
Chat, you know what we're going to do? We're going to get a bet started as to where our hammer is. Because I think that's the only item we still need for Go mode.
Pretty much, yes. Logically, we're supposed to find a different strength upgrade, but we don't really care right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are getting close on skulls for Alexis. 15 or 16 sounds about right. Wait until Tobias actually opens the bet before putting your bets in, chat.
Now you go.
We have not seen anything in fire other than the first chest snapped, which was a small key.
I'm going to place a bet, and I'm going to say... So, Storms is on OT, so worst case would be in GTG, honestly.
The risk with that, of course, is it isn't, like, never be accessible.
I mean, we do have Mirror Shield, we just need to find 2 strengths, Monkas.
In logic strengths, which either requires 2 strengths and not the scales, or 2 scales and another strength, which, good luck.
We'll try.
That was dead. Are sometimes hints. Treasure chest cave is dead. The central pillar chest of water temple is a small key, and then some entrance hints. Or path hints. Deku's path to Phantom Ganon for a pair of iron boots. Reason exact unknown. It locks Epona's song. It locks Skullkid Daronia, and it locks a mirror shield. But that one doesn't matter because all mirror shield lock checks are strength 2 locked in. The path is for strength 1. Like how this path to Baronade for a boomerang on Shoot the Sun. Mario got his long shot out of Shadow a few minutes ago to get that access. Well is path to Bongo for a pair of hover boots, but Kira's path to Goba for Rudo's letter. Because the Wellet was in Jabu and Dinspire was in there to get to. Deku in the Shadow entrance, and then Kaga's path to Volvagia, but unfortunately that's completely useless for finding her hammer given that a Requiem, Magic Meter, Bomb Bag, and First Hookshot were all in Kag. Not helpful.
Right. I'm going to close the bets when Mr. Mario is done with Bongo.
Nothing then locked in Shadow, what a surprise.
And that is Phantom Ganon down for Alexis. I'm interested to see where he's headed next. Damn! Okay. That honestly was much quicker than I've ever seen Bongo beat before. Wow!
Very nice. Mario showing why he was the #1 seed in this tournament, something.
Well,
Okay.
I'm very glad that I closed the bets when I did. Congratulations to Vela, who successfully picked Bongo.
Yeah, so... Okay, game.
No, Kyuki was even quicker than Vela though, I think.
You're the one looking at the thing. Where's logical strength? Who knows? Yeah,
But
now
yeah,
the question is, does Mario dub lap dive? If he does, he's ahead, and if he doesn't, he's going somewhere else. Alexis is going to go to Shadow now, so that'll get him his long shot and his hammer. And then, the question becomes of when Alexis does shoot the sun. But yeah, logical strength is somewhere behind Iron Boots. We don't know where.
Mario just learned about that boomerang? Wait, no, huh?
Mario, you need to actually pick up that boomerang?
No, he didn't shoot the sun for some reason.
Oh, he doesn't have Scarecrow. Right.
Oh, shoot. Well, that's an extra trip to Temple of Time.
That is so forgettable, I don't blame him.
Awkward.
It just feels bad. Maybe the place to check more for strength, I don't know. that one's just an oops. Alexis did Child Lake earlier, so he should have Scarecrow set as child, so Alexis won't have that problem.
Funnily enough, both of them lack critical knowledge about something in Lake. Mario knows about the boomerang, but has no clue about the strength on Lap Dive. But hey, the boomerang's at least in logic. Alexis, on the other hand, has no clue about the boomerang. So I think that's an advantage to Alexis there. Plus, he already has Scarecrow set.
The issue is, does he go back for Shoot the Sun, given he doesn't know that his Lake to Baronine isn't a boomerang. So that strength is required to only bait. Yeah, that becomes the question.
Mario's safe warping, thinking about something, having a brainwave.
Oh, you can't do Jabu, although this would be the way to get to Jabu, because he needs to go back and deliver that boomerang first.
Mario needs to find a strength quick here, because honestly, Alexis has a straight shot to the finish line at this point. This will sub 2.
Alexis is a straight shot if he checks shoot the sun, which I don't know that he does. Sorry,
It's in logic.
Chat.
It's in logic, so
True.
I'm not that concerned. He knows that the strength can't be his path item.
Oh, I agree with that, but there's a low chance. But we'll see. Shoot the sun. Not shoot the sun. Saria's lock checks make sense, given that Saria's is irons locked, and Mario knows his logical strength upgrade has to be irons locked somewhere or another.
Will we see Dancing Dad? Probably.
Probably. So the Skull Kid is not the answer.
Yeah, I think Vela should have won that bet, and sorry for checking the wrong user there, but yeah, both of you got Bongo right here. Both Vela and Kyuki guessed correctly. Vela was just slightly quicker. This is not going to be a race PB for Alexis. Alexis's race PB is a 127.
Yep. But still looking to be decently speedy.
Yeah, but this will definitely sub 2 if Alexis doesn't completely forget about that path lake. I am hopeful.
Well, Darunia wasn't our answer either for our logical strength upgrade.
Now, says Mr. Mario, where were we?
Well, he's gonna go adult, check shoot the sun, may or may not do lab dive, and then if not, he's heading back child to go do Javu. And he's also gonna go do Big Pose, it looks like, which chasing a Pona song makes sense.
Gonna have to force a time warp here real quick.
Yep.
So, F5 for the commentators.
Again, that is on Alexis's end, that his internet's kind of horrendous. That's not much he or we can do about it. Mario not doing pose is curious, but he is checking Tactite Grotto.
That might be our answer. We had Path Iron Boots.
Nope, that's a red rupee. Iron knocking both scales in the water would be something, alright?
That would suck, honestly. But that is exactly the kind of mood that Randomebot seems to be in the last few days.
Yeah, you're not wrong. As, it's not Big Pose.
The hammer is on Bongo. And it looks like Mr. Mario is headed for the Gerudo area. He knows there's a boomerang. He's not getting that. He could just finish up Jabu and hope for a strength in there.
It is only 3 checks, though, and it's not directly Iron's locked, I don't think.
Good shout.
Or Strength locked is the other problem.
But it would give him thinking time. It's
It
just
would.
something to do at the moment. It gets him further along. Anyway. Jabu's dead? Nah, it's not foolish.
But it can't have his first logical strength upgrade in it.
True. Jabu can't have the first logical strength because we have a hint pointing us to Iron Boots' path to Phantom Ganon. And we have every item that could be it, save the first logical strength. So that strength needs to be Iron Boots locked in some way, shape, or fashion.
Yep. Jabu itself is in the Deku Tree entrance. Our Kokiri sword was in the well, and that was behind Ruto's letter. And that was in the Jabu entrance behind Ruto's letter, which was just in K-Sword chest. Nothing too wacky there. Boomerang is on Shoot the Sun. Hookshots were Adult Anju in the Lower Crushers in Shadow Temple. The only thing Iron Boots really only lock Saria song for logical DC access into Epona's song, and Water Temple. That's about it. There's Longshot is not Iron's locked, so HBA is about the only thing over here that is Iron's locked for Mario right now.
Damn. This man has aim.
Very nice.
Indeed.
And yeah. Okay, there's Silver Scale.
Gosh. Iron Boots
might
locks
push Mario
Epona's song,
to
right?
That might, yes, that is confirmed because Epona's was on Prelude. Epona's was on Prelude and DC was the Forest map. That might bail him out though, because that could send him to Lamp Dive as chat notes, because there's half his logic for Lamp Dive.
He was just about to do that. He already had played Serenade. He is either he is just looking around Fortress some more, or he is committed to Fortress and GTG. No, never mind. GTG isn't here. GTG is in the well.
Spirit Temple is here, and he can't do diddly squat in that. Yeah, the other scale could be anywhere now that one scale is opponent's locked. What is that, a big chest? Yes.
Yes, it is.
If this is the other scale, I'm gonna laugh.
Come on! No fucking way! Come on! That is Mario's bailout! We have a race on our hands, folks! That'll be go mode for Mario.
I kind of called it.
Yes, you did. And no apologies for reading the logic well.
Okay, apparently that was our logical scale straight up after all.
Iron Boots path to both scales. Thanks, game.
Well, the other one of them could have been gone with Longshot. You did me.
Iron Boots, arrow to scales, arrow strength.
Yep.
I love required only.
Yeah, and it's not a race until Lex does shoot the sun, but you don't know when he'll do that.
Remember, again, Alexis knows that Lake Hylia is path to path to where?
Path to Baron.
Path to Baronade. There we go. So I am going to be very surprised if he doesn't exhaustively check this location.
Well,
yeah, that's go mode for Mr. Mario. But Mr. Mario is basically a dungeon behind at this point. sans a boss fight.
Basically. On the other hand, Alexis has to go do Shoot the Sun, which is an appealing play for sure, but also because Alexis hasn't found anything behind Strength 1. That strength he's gotten, so he doesn't he currently thinks strength is somehow maybe either he thinks that strength is in logic and Boomerang's behind it, or that is not in logic and there's something else's path in Lake. And he so far found at least got behind the strength upgrade, which isn't surprising. So we hope he's going back to Lake for Shoot the Sun soon.
All right. That's Boomerang for Mr. Mario, and thus actual go mode. And it's time for Dungeon Rush mode. TARDIS Bill in chat asks, what does the required only setting do? Required only means that not every single location in the game needs to be accessible. Only the ones you need to actually beat the game. So for example, in another seed where Shadow Temple is in Shadow Temple entrance, but not required, Shadow Temple could contain Din's Fire. So be entirely inaccessible.
Yep, and in this seed, we believe that GTG in the Shadow Temple entrance GTG in the Well entrance is probably permanently inaccessible.
Yeah, because the game doesn't care about you being able to get to Gerudo Training Ground in any way, or any other of those child dungeons. Stone dungeons. You don't need them to beat the game.
Yep.
Now, beatable only is a newbie trap of a name. Because beatable only, you think, means, oh, the randomizer generates only seeds that can actually be beat, right? No, that's not it. And it looks like Alexis is doing it. He's about to be in go mode.
Okay, we have a race, everyone, although I would certainly put Alexis in the lead, as here goes. He does have Scarecrow set, so that is not a problem.
Yep. So, Alexis is, I think, strictly ahead here. He is a dungeon ahead, more or less. He needs to do Fire and Jabu, and that's it. Whereas Mario needs to do a Forest Temple, and I think even with all the tricks up his sleeve, that's still a good 10 to 12 minutes that Mario needs to do.
It is not fast now.
I don't call it over until you know, the final act and the big finale, but you know, free to Gorons, nice. But you know, also this is a best of 3, so both Alexis and Mr. Mario will have at least one more race on their hands. Alexis would need to win that one too, or Mr. Mario can claw it back and force a game 3 in this quarterfinal. So I'm going to assume that Fire Temple here is going to be beatable without a strength, is kind of my guess here. We'll see though.
Well, we haven't found the boss key yet though, and that is now strength locked up here.
Is it?
Everything past this elevator is strength.
Yeah, you're right. I made that prediction at the wrong time, didn't I? Anyway.
Yes, you did. I mean, we know there's nothing going to be of particular value anyway, so.
Will this be a sub 2? Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I would say Alexis will finish around 150, 155-ish. Really depends on
where this
how...
boss key is.
Yeah, where this boss key is, actually. And Mario does have the advantage, I think, of having done Jabu up to Boomerang Chess, which Alexis still needs to do. Or was that Alexis who did that?
They both did it.
They both? Okay. All right. That boss key is still, you know, taking its sweet time showing up. Oh, there it is. Cool.
Could be worse.
Yeah, but not much. That's a long climb to Fire Temple. But anyway, it is over now. Alright, let's see how Mario does in that Volvagia fight. We're looking at probably a super quick, clean fight here. And there's a boss key for Alexis. Thus starts Mario's hunt for the time to beat Alexis here. Alexis has Jabu left to do. Meanwhile, Mario also still needs to do Forest Temple.
Yep. And Forest, I think, might just be too long, unfortunately. Though this has been a good race with everything going on. Runners found things in different orders, did routes differently. That magic was something we were concerned about for a while for Alexis, but then, well, strengths happened.
Yes, they did. Yeah, and
Alexis skipping ice definitely helped.
Still can't believe that Alexis just stumbled into that logical strength one.
Oh, I know. I remember going, wait, what? When we saw that strength.
Yeah, we were pretty convinced that this couldn't be the logical one, that this was just the randomizer being funny, but, you know...
Apparently it was.
It was being funny in an entirely different and new way.
Yep.
So the strength, for those asking in chat, hi Benji, by the way, the strength was in Lap Dive, which Alexis did out of logic. Mario did Shoot the Sun first, because there was a lake path to Baronade hint, and Shoot the Sun immediately showed him, yes, okay, boomerang on Shoot the Sun. I don't have a long shot, so I'm out of here until I get that long shot. Problem, doing Lap Dive out of logic just yields you your strength. Whereas Mario got that way later, after getting 2 scales on Epona's locked checks, i.e. horseback archery, and Fortress Roof. Fortress Roof itself wasn't bonus lock, but obviously archery was. Horseback archery.
And they were just rendered together, which turned out to be, oh, thanks, game. And I don't fault Mario necessarily either for not doing Lap Dive and required only, because you don't know if either skill is going to turn up. They knew that they had to find logical water temple access, but Iron solved that quite neatly, so... And if anything, water being path reinforces the idea that skills might not be available for irons to be path for the access there.
Yeah, absolutely.
And nope, James just got jokes.
Yeah, breaking logic is a riskier play in reachable in required only. But this was a quick check that you could do on the way. This was maybe a 20-second gamble. This is not that much of a risk. Whereas other logic breaking plays, like for example going to Ice Cavern early when you find a bottle and Zelda's Lullaby, that obviously is a much bigger risk in required only.
Yep.
Are we seeing a second 3-key forest today? Yes, we are!
Yep.
Expertly executed.
Very nicely done. This is mostly a swag strat in like Season 7, but is very, very useful in places like the Random Settings League, where Mario has in fact been a finalist in RSL before even. Where you might need to do 3-key forest because your keys have ended up in some really awful spots and you don't want to wait until you find all 5 to beat the dungeon.
Oh, this is a good one from chat. Someone's Mr. Mindler said, Randomizer in this case told you the punchline first and then told you why it was funny. That is accurate.
Yes, it is. It's like, here's your strength, and here's why that's a funny spot for a strength.
Exactly that. Alright. That is forest halfway done for Mr. Mario. 2 posts left to beat. I'm not gonna worry about the keys he finds on the way, obviously. I said earlier this seat might sub 2, or would sub 2. This is getting close.
It is, yeah, because that fire boss key was decently deep, and it does take a while to clear Jabu.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see if it still can, but I'm hopeful.
Yeah, we'll find out. As Forest plus Jabu is definitely too long for Mario, though.
Yeah, unfortunately it is. There is, I don't think, any way, bar disaster, that this could still swing in Mario's favor.
I think he is just too far behind, yeah. So Alexis dies to get in 16 times. Something's gone very, very, very wrong.
Yeah.
Get to this point of the tournament without being pretty good at the fight. As in, if a top 64 runner was generally struggling that hard, I'd be concerned about some medical issues.
Yes. Anyway, that's Jabu mostly done for Alexis. Wisely choosing not to go for crate skip here. Because no matter what some say, this is very much not a free trick.
Yep.
Right, let's see how that Baronade fight goes. I think that's as clean a Baronade as you can get.
Yep, very, very nice. Mario is getting towards the end of Forest Temple now on his side.
The torches are all lit. So, go Adult, climb the tower, beat up Ganondorf, beat up Ganon. This could still sub 2, but barely.
It's gonna cut it close, because I think the usual time I have is like 6 to 7 minutes, and
Yep, this is definitely up there.
gonna be pushing it very close to that. Rather than that arrows, that's actually a good forethought to check that.
Heads up inventory management here. Just remembering to check that, and B, also remembering that, yes, indeed, the Kakiri shop sells those.
Yep. Yeah, from the Temple of Time pedestal, it's like about 6 minutes, I think. So yeah, gonna be right like fastest. So we're gonna be cutting it very, very close on that 2-hour mark. We'll see.
Yep.
Certainly is equipped. He's got 6 hearts and double defense, plenty, double magic. He has, he's got BGS and hammer, so those are both fine. Yeah.
Yeah, should be fine, honestly.
And Phantom Kingdom is down for Mario as Alexis bonks the doorframe. For those wondering, they have not scheduled their Game 2 yet, but that will be presumably later this week.
Right. Now, Mario grabbing that, getting that item from the light arrow cutscene check. Now off to being a child one last time to beat Jabu. Meanwhile, Alexis climbing the tower, fighting Salt and Pepper here. The 2 Iron Knuckles, named for their evident color scheme.
Yep.
154.45 enters Ganon, says Chuckles. Yeah, that's gonna be cutting it close.
Very, very close.
So at this point, Alexis is no longer so much playing Mario as he is playing the clock here. An entire dungeon behind due to no other way to put it. Alexis taking a gamble on lap dive here, doing that check early, and getting handsomely rewarded for it.
Yep.
All right.
I mean, it wasn't that it was a terrible play. You can make an argument to skip it, given it's required only, but also with the patent, you know.
With a patent plus again, it's a 20-second time investment. It's one of those intelligent risks that you take, and that paid off at this point, or in this seed, rather.
Yep.
Now's a good time to force the streams to be up to date again. Boop.
Yep. Quick refresh, since Alexis does not have the most stable of internet connections.
But we should now be all in sync for the final fight against Ganon here.
Oh yeah, the strength was not path to bear, and I think that's perhaps part of what helped push Alexis back to Lake is knowing that the strength blocked nothing. Which wasn't itself just foolish.
And that is the final hit against Ganondorf. Against Ganon for Alexis. Longshot was lower Crusher Room. And I think that'll be it for him here. That's GG for Alexis. Get your GGs in chat for him finishing with a time of. We're going to make it sub 2 after all. 1 hour, 59 minutes, and 39 seconds. There we go.
GG's.
GG's.
1
minute seat. Ah, come on!
No,
GG's
really,
to both of them. Let's
Great
get him in
race.
here. They're in the rating room, or Mario is, and Alexis is, I think, in the OoTR Discord still. So... But yeah, I'm going to hop over to the interview scene, and let's see what these two have to say about this seed, because it had jokes. It had jokes for sure. All right. Let's get him in here. GG's Alexis, GG's Mr. Mario.
Thank
this
you.
seed had jokes.
GG's.
Yeah. Really strange seed.
It was super generous in the beginning.
Personally, I think I did the best route that I possibly could until searching for the strength. I just got a bit unlucky with where the strength actually was.
Yeah.
So everything was just falling into place. Like, you get half the items you need in CAC and Graveyard, and then it's just a straight line to your paths.
Yeah, both of you had really had pretty divergent routes in the beginning, but ended up getting a plethora of items in the start. Bow, bombs, hookshot, just all sitting there, and it's, as you said, Mr. Mario, your routing, I think, in the up until getting that strength, or rather missing that strength, was really was close to optimal. I don't think there were many places that you could have done better.
Yeah, I kind of forgot to set Scarecrow when I was child 1, because, I mean, I peeked Shoot the Sun adult 1, I saw it was Boomerang, I'm like, okay, I'm out of here, I'm just gonna...
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
in adult 1. Oh, wow.
Yeah, I mean, I was planning on... Because I got Serenade from, what? Minuet? Adult 1?
Ah, yeah.
Yes.
Ah, yes.
And then I did DC while I
into-
was there, so... I just played
Yeah.
Serenade after DC. I was like, oh, okay, I can peek Shoot the Sun, I can do the bean checks because it's pre-planted. So it's like a
Oh,
50%
yeah,
chance I can get the
right.
item.
Okay, yeah, been pre-planted. So, yeah, you can do every of the lake in adult 1.
Yeah,
Easily.
except for Lab Dive, which, you know.
Yeah, that was so unlucky. Oh, fuck.
Yeah, yeah. It's alright. I mean, I haven't had a lot of unluck this season, so I'm due, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, the
Ay.
seed. It was a close race for a good chunk of it. Mario, you stayed adult longer in adult 1, which is how you did Shoot the Sun and everything. You climbed DMT. You happened across Lake to Baronade, well to Bongo paths. Alexis
Yep.
went child after adult CAC graveyard, and that's more. And then
Makes
just diverged from
sense.
there. But you guys, there was
Yeah.
just a lot of get your items early. You then clear your dungeons. There wasn't a lot of items in dungeons, so I don't think it particularly mattered what order you did some of them in. You just needed to get them done, and then it just came down to kind of strength at the end.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, just the Deku path to, what was it? PG was just killer, man. If it was just Lake Hylia path to PG, then it's a completely different race. But yeah,
Yeah, we were
really fast seed.
we were really convinced when Alexis found that strength in lap dive that it was just couldn't have been a logical strength, and
Mhm.
that the seed just had jokes with it being how do I say it?
Beatable only.
Yeah, with it being beatable only and still a strength sitting iron boots locked, no less.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. This strength is really curious when I found it.
Yeah.
Yeah, wait. Lap dive with iron boots. No, that trick is not in fact in logic. So
I checked Fortress Roof because I was like getting concerned that I somehow misunderstood the path. So I was like, I might as well just check this one thing while I'm here. Who knows? Maybe I'm wrong. Then it was just gold scale. I was like, okay, are you kidding? Didn't need to see that, but yeah.
Anything else? Yeah, that made sense. I actually had a bit of a chuckle at these scales because we thought we were like when we saw that strength on lap dive, we're like, there's no way that's our logical strength, is there? And then HBA had a scale. It's like it's gonna be, and
What do you
I
know?
said distinctly, wouldn't it be funny if the other scales on the Fortress Roof?
yeah,
And then I
Q
busted out laughing when I saw it.
yeah, Q star laughing for a good minute.
Yeah. Oh, nice. We're Majora's Mask now. Let's go.
Apparently, you're Majora's Mask, and you're also still running. So I would assume we are being yeeted off this channel. I don't know what's happening here.
I mean, there's not much left for me to say about the seed personally. Just it's a jet seed, get your items and win.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Except the path Cack and Graveyard overworld is useless.
yeah, right. You have like
Yeah,
Shadow
that was
Temple, Cack, and Graveyard, and you get all your items.
pretty much.
And Lake Hylia.
Yeah. What was dreadful.
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, you guys definitely. We were wondering for a while. The last thing we kind of didn't know about the race stream was that hammer, and that just ended up on Bongo because we didn't know where that would be since Cactus Wolf had, everything.
hmm
Requiem for Access, Magic, your only Magic Meter, Bomb Bag, and your first hook shot. It's like, yeah, Cactus Path Evolve, and everything else in the seed. Great.
Yeah, what do you know? I was still holding out hope that hammer might be on skulls, so I was still collecting in Shadow, but then it was just on Bongo, so it's like, oh, well,
Never mind. Yeah.
yeah.
All right. So, any ideas about settings that you're going to pick for your next race then?
I
I'll
don't know.
decide when we draft. I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't usually plan it out, so.
I don't call the future.
No spoilers now, I see. All right, folks, I know that Ausuna is also still waiting to interview you, Alexis, for the French restream, so I don't want to keep you folks too long.
Yeah, I think I go.
And it does
Yeah.
look like
Waiting me.
people... Yeah, take care, Alexis. Good luck on your next round.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Thanks for the stream, and GG again, Mario.
Yeah,
Thank you.
GG's.
Thank you for putting on a heck of a show, both of you.
Thanks.
And good luck on your next race. Obviously,
Thanks.
I'm always in favor of a third race. So all right.
Anyway, thank you again. Have a good evening. Bye.
Bye.
See it.
And I think that all that leaves for us to do is thank everyone who made this restream possible. Again, thank you to Mr. Mario and Alexis for putting a heck of a show for us. Thank you to our trackers, Ashling and Roses, and thank you to Star for joining me in a commentary booth and for being race monitor today.
Yep. And thanks to Vias for doing the comms with me. But speaking of MMR, we do have more things on the schedule for the evening, if you wanted to go over that.
Let's have a look. I think Majora's Mask Randomizer is itching to start. And we might actually keep Zelda Speedruns 2 live here and just head straight over to Majora's Mask Randomizer. The Zora Eggs tournament, Easter tournament is running at the moment, so that is going to start in literal minutes. And it does look like we also have Zelda 2 Randomizer, the Random Percent Tournament, lower bracket round 4, Vix Rider versus Zarnex 42 happening. That is basically in 30 minutes over on Zelda Speedruns, right?
Yep.
And you're going to be on restream duty for that one, so tomorrow we have more Zora Easter Tournament and more OoTR Standard Tournament Season 7 as well on the schedule. It'll be 4:15 p.m. UTC and 6:20 p.m. UTC respectively. So we're looking forward to seeing you there, and we're going to yield this channel to the MMR folks. See you there, and bye everyone.
Bye.